What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. We've finished our tour of Bangladesh, gone on a clean sweep of that, and we've almost got Rahane first ball, would you believe? We are now going to India, playing, I believe, just 5 one-day internationals, but either way it is going to be a very good test taking on this very strong Indian side. I think Rahul, who is opening today with Rahane, is averaging 80 odd. Yeah, 83.62 in one-day internationals. They've got a very strong batting lineup. Kohli at 3, Shikhar Dhawan at 4. Who's at number 5? Rohit Sharma at 5, Pandey. I'm not too sure, I was going to say who the wicketkeeper will be, but it will be Rahul opening up for them. But as I did say, we did manage to clean sweep Bangladesh, which I guess is something as the Australian cricket team, even over in Bangladesh, we were looking to go and do. That, I guess, really was the goal, and that was achieved quite well. Pat Cummins is in very good form as well, I must say. In the last 2 one-day internationals, he picked up 7 for and 5 for respectively, so 12 wickets in just 2 games is absolutely crazy. So I'm hoping that he can carry it here over to India, because we are going to need it. Obviously, some very good batters in this side. We did name just a few of them before, but Rishi Dhawan, I think we could possibly take apart this attack, especially if the ball isn't turning a whole lot, because they do have 3 spinners. Rishi Dhawan is just your little medium pacer, and then Bish Kumar down the bottom there as well. So I'm going with 5 bowlers today too, just because I didn't really have an all-rounder, or the way my side was working out today. Couldn't really squeeze in an Ashan Agar, a Glenn Maxwell, or someone along those lines. So we have gone with 5 out-and-out bowlers. Paddy Cummins at number 7, so we're going to have to make sure when we bowl, and I guess even when we bat, that the top 6 really go and get the job done, because after that there isn't a whole lot left to come in this side. So I'm just hoping that we can try and restrict this Indian side on a very good batting pitch here today to a relatively below par total, because otherwise we could be in for a very long chase. And as I said, we are going to need one of those guys, probably more so in the top 5 rather than the top 6, to really stand up. Benny McDermott at 6 today. In the side for his keeping, obviously, and his batting comes second. So it really is going to need to be either Warner, Finch, Khawaja, Smith, or Hanscom. One of those guys is going to have to stand up. They're going to have to score a big total, especially with the way the Indians are going at the moment. Rahane has just gone and picked himself up a 50. I'm going to bring in Zampa just to change things up. It was a real toss-up between who I could have gone with here today. Probably, could have gone with like Maxwell or Agar at 7. I have decided to go with the out-and-out spinner, not an all-rounder, just a guy who was in the side just for his bowling. And as I said, I'm hoping that the top 6 can go and get the job done for me, and we won't require these guys lower down in the order to do a job for me. So Zampa started off well. He's only gone for 3 in his first over, beat the outside edge once, and I actually did find an edge one ball as well, but just didn't quite carry to Benny McDermott there at keeper. But I must say, we have started off pretty well. Gonna look to probably bring back, I was going to say, please let that be a run out. We need it to get Kohli. Even Rahane is looking very good here today. 65 off 100, so he's not exactly lighting it up with his speed, but he's playing a very good knock. And when you look at it, Dhawan, Sharma, Pandey, and Rishi Dhawan left to come. Even Aksa Patel, Ashwin, and Jadeja at 10. This is a very good batting side from the Indians. It goes very, very deep. So he is just doing his job at the moment. He is probably looking to try and bat through the innings, but he has been beaten by Zampa, gone for 67 off 105. Zampa gets the wicket, and we're happy with that, because that has gone and broken the partnership. It has brought the new man in as well, Shikhar Dhawan, who got a lot of openers in the side, to be fair. I mean, openers, well, Kohli doesn't. He opens in 2020, sorry. But a lot of openers in the side. Put a bloody slip in for Zampa. He is turning it sideways on this pitch, and it isn't even doing anything. So I think this is probably going to be LBW. It is. We won't bother watching the replay. But Zampa has picked up 2 very big wickets as well. Essentially now we do have 2 new players in at the crease, and it was Rahane and Kohli, 2 senior players in this Indian side that have gone back. So really, really happy with the way Zampa is going here today. Going to bring back James Pattinson now. Just to leave Stark 2 overs towards the end, because we do know how dangerous he can be at the back end of the innings, but may not be required the way that Zampa is going here today. He's picked up his 3rd. He's got Sharma for 4 off 10. So this is just an absolutely brilliant spell by the young leg spinner. I was going to say, he's from plays for the Stars, Melbourne Stars, in the Big Bash, but from South Australia from memory. And we could possibly have, I was going to say, a run out here if the keeper was a little bit quicker off the mark. We could have seen another one back in the hut. But either way, 4 down at this stage. The run rate is only 4. I say is only because we did list off all those players, you know, left to come with the bat. And it is a pretty formidable side, you must say. Done and dusted is Zampa today. He has picked up 3 for 41 off his 10 overs. A brilliant spell. Just really need, I guess, the other guys to carry on from where he left off with his bowling. Just continue to chip away and continue to pick up those wickets, and that is what we have done. Pandey has gone with Pattinson's fourth to last ball, of his spell, and now we are down into the all-rounders. So I do feel a little bit confident that we could possibly look at rolling this side. However, in saying that, they do have a very dangerous tail, just looking at it now. So I'm hoping that they can't really go and get off like they're doing here, because Rishi Dhawan, to be fair, has just gone absolutely crazy to start things. 17 off 5 with a strike rate of 340. So we're going to have to go and try and get him soon, because he has basically just come out. He has had a license to swing at essentially everything, and so far it is coming off. And if this does continue, which is not going to, because Cummins picks up his first one of the day, very key wicket as well of Rishi Dhawan, because he was, as I said, looking very good at this stage. We still do have Stark left to come, and oh my god, it's caught off the no ball. Typical. Catch that. Oh, 6, my god. Nothing is going his way here today, which is a shame, but we will have to go and just take it. That's cricket. It happens sometimes. India's still looking as though they could probably get around that 250, which on a pitch like this I wouldn't really be too overly fussed with. I think that's a pretty good effort with the ball, and I definitely think it's something that we can look at chasing down. However, if we could restrict it to less than that, that would be good. I'll be happy with that. Mitchell Stark coming into his last over now. He's gone wicketless so far, which is quite strange. But he has been pretty economical, which is good. And as I said, he was gone wicketless. He's gone and picked up Dhawan for 51. That does bring Ashwin into the crease. And he should have been gone first ball, but it has been put down. A pretty easy catch. And it has been made up for with McDermott behind the stumps. Next ball getting a catch behind. And that does mean Stark does pick up 2 wickets. India finished 251, which again, I'm not overly fussed about. I think it's definitely something we can go and chase down. I think we do have the personnel. As I said, we do need someone really from that top 5 to stick around. I think the one good thing we do have is that a lot of these players are very good players of spin, and that is what we are going to be getting at least 30 overs of, you would have to think, with the way the Indians are lined up here today. So I think if we can get through the new ball, get through Dhawan, get through Kumar, then I think we can go and probably attack the spinners, because this pitch, Zampa got it to turn a little bit, but it isn't really supposed to be doing a whole lot. It is a very good pitch to bat on, still full bars on everything. So if we can just hang in like we're doing now, and I was going to say, just hang in there, David Warner. That's not what we needed, but Uzi Khawaja coming in now. He has really made that number 3 spot his own in recent times. He's been very good, whether it's coming in and scoring quick runs or requiring to be the anchor. He has just gone in, done his job, at a fairly good strike rate too. We can see today he was at 100 just before this. And it does help having him there as well, because we can interchange him and Smith quite easily, and it does keep us with that left-right hand combination, which can be difficult for bowlers to bowl to. So Warner misses out today. Finch, it looks as though he is stepping up at the moment and scoring some runs, which is good to see. Because, I mean, Khawaja easily could slot in to that opening position as well. He's very versatile, which I guess is what you like to see. That's what you want to see in your top order batsmen. You know, they can go and do a bit of everything, can open if required. And that's what Khawaja can do. So it looks as though now we are into the spin. And just like that first ball, Khawaja does go. I was talking him up majorly, saying how good he was. And he's gone and fallen first ball to spin. But I guess the one good thing about this is that there are 2 left-arm spinners. So ideally, at this stage, I would love to have Warner and Khawaja both in, because it means that the ball is going to be turning into us rather than away from the right-handers. But if you do that like Finch has done, it's not really going to matter a whole lot. So just keep going, Finchy. 65 off 75. In with Smith, the captain. And we are already halfway to the total. Just as I say that, he goes and gets himself out. So this partnership here is quite crucial. And the Indians have noticed that. They have gone and changed the field quite dramatically and put a lot of players around the bat, because these two, I guess, I mean, Ben McDermott is obviously a recognised batsman, wicket-keeper batsman, and has done a fairly good job down at 7 and 8 for me to date so far. But I believe if we do lose a wicket here, this will be his biggest test so far of his young international career. So I'm just hoping that these two can go and get us a nice little partnership and do, I guess, what the Indians did. You know, they batted through, had good partnerships at the top, and then really towards the back end, they did have that, I guess, chance. You know, Rishi Dhawan had that chance to come out and play with that license and just try and smack everything that was required. And I think that is probably what we are going to have to try and do here today, just with the 5 out-and-out bowlers. Probably look at bringing an all-rounder in next time around. Can probably, I mean, Hanscom can keep in one-day internationals, which does again give me a lot of flexibility with the side. And I think that's what is so good about this Australian side, is that there is so much that you can do with it and so many different ways that you can line it up. As we talked about earlier, Khawaja can open the innings, Peter Hanscom can wicket keep if required, which means you can play an extra batter, you can play an extra bowler if need be, play an extra all-rounder if need be, which we could possibly look at doing in the next game if required. But at the moment, he's not been required. He was 30 off 15, so he's doing a very good job, and this is exactly what we wanted. The required run rate is down towards 3. Smith and Hanscom putting on a very good partnership, both scoring at a very good rate as well, over 100 strike rate, which is what you want, I guess, in a situation like this, because if you do happen to get out, it does give your players coming in below you a chance to play themselves in. They don't have to go out and do a Rishi Dhawan and score from ball 1. So very, very happy with the maturity that has been shown by Steve Smith and Peter Hanscom in this game so far. Smith has just gone and picked himself up a 50. Speaking of that man, Rishi Dhawan, he is now back into the attack. He did bowl a no ball, which did get hit for 4. And Ashwin is going to, I believe, carry on here. And he has been taken by Hanscom, I believe, for his 4th 6 of the innings. And that will see him bring up his 50 as well. 57 at the moment off just 39 deliveries. He did struggle a little bit in the last game against Bangladesh. Picked up his strike rate towards the back end. I think at one stage he was really, really struggling. I think he was about 15 off about 40 deliveries. So he has shown, again, I talk about it, that flexibility, that versatility that is in this Australian side, and it is a very good thing to see. I was going to say with a World Cup coming up, but we are only in 2017, so the World Cup cycle is still 2 years away, but a lot of these guys can be playing in that there. There isn't many that are going to miss out. I don't think there's any, to be fair. It is a fairly young side. We do get a new all-time record partnership for Australia versus India of, I think it was 127. And Hanscom actually outscores and outpaces Steve Smith in that inning, 69 off 50. So good contributions by those two. Finch as well with his 65 off 77 to start things off. But shout-outs must go to the bowlers, especially you, Adam Zampa, 3 for 41. They really did a good job of containing this Indian side. I think they were probably, and looking at this, there's 11 overs left to go, probably 50, 60, 70 runs short, to be fair. Hanscom gets the man of the match for his 69. He was very, very good. And as we can see, we do have another 4 one-day internationals left to come, and just the one 2020. So a pretty good series, which I am happy to do. Next week, we will be bringing you the 5th one-day international. Hopefully, that will be a chance for a whitewash against India. And then I think after that, we possibly have the Ashes. So really, really looking forward to that. It's going to line up pretty much perfectly with the Ashes starting as well. So I can't wait for that. If you guys can't wait, make sure to smash that like button. Give this video a thumbs up. If you are new, please do subscribe. And until next time, ka kite anō. See you soon.